Welcome to episode 12 of Geek Gumbo. Joining me tonight is Nick.
Hello.
And Jeff.
I just died in fire, guys.
He died in fire.
Binding of Isaac.
No, that's all.
Yes, he's going to see how much we can hold his attention while he plays a game. All right, so why don't we start it off with some flavors for tonight's pot? Nick, what you got for us?
Originally, sorry, I was writing down a timestamp. I was originally going to go with this story I read earlier this week about the country of Denmark filing a lawsuit against Pokemon Go and more specifically Niantic. But I was like, Pokemon Go, it's been kind of talked to death, and pretty much
they're still making I'm sorry to cut you off. They're still making like $2 million a day.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
But I was like, do I really want to keep beating a dead horse with a stick with Pokemon Go?
Well, if it was a normal dead horse, absolutely. But probably not Pokemon Go.
So, what I went with is something that, like, pretty much I knew when it was announced, but it wasn't until, like, earlier this week it got confirmed. With the new Call of Duty game coming out, Infinite Warfare, in November, everybody knows, you pre-order the Legacy or whatever the other edition is called. The $80 and $100 collector's editions, you get Modern Warfare Remastered with it. Apparently, most people didn't even think of this, and like I said, it wasn't really confirmed, I guess, until earlier this week. Apparently, the game is going to be locked to the Infinite Warfare disc. So, like, basically, you can't go to GameStop, get your Legacy Edition, get home, install Modern Warfare Remastered, and then go trade the game in to, like, make back some of the money that you just dropped on this game. No, you actually need to keep the disc to actually play the Modern Warfare Remaster.
So, serious question.
Ruin my plans.
Am I the only one that thought that was how it was going to be from, like, the beginning?
I kind of figured it was going to be like that, especially after, I don't know if y'all remember a few years ago when EA, quote-unquote, rebooted the Medal of Honor franchise.
Right.
The first Medal of Honor game, if you bought it on PS3, it came with a digital copy of the PS2 game, Medal of Honor. I can't remember the name of it, but it was like one of my favorite ones on the PS2. I was like, oh, wow, that's awesome. So I could just, I was working at GameStop at the time. I was like, oh, I can just check it out from GameStop, download it, because it came with it for free, and just, bring the game back, and I'll have this remaster game. Nope, doesn't work like that. They did the same thing. You needed to have the the Medal of Honor remake disc in the system to actually play this digital game.
Those bastards.
I've seen that somewhere. I can't remember which game it was, and that's the reason that this was like, duh. But
right.
I don't think that's a bad idea, dude. I mean,
it really
people
isn't.
are in to make money.
But, like, people are still like, oh my god, I can't believe they fucking did that. And it's like,
Yeah. I've read a few articles, dude, was like trending on my Feedly, and it's like, hey, you're gonna need the disc. And like the next article, hey, you're gonna need the disc.
I have the article pulled up. Call of Duty's official website now lists this fine print, quote unquote. Modern Warfare Remastered is a full game download. Game disc must be inserted to play Modern Warfare Remastered. Modern Warfare Remastered is a digital download only and is only offered through of the special editions of Infinite Warfare, not the $59.99 base game. It's not sold online separately, and if this news is any indication, that likely will not happen for some time. If ever, requiring a disc insert for a digital product also implies that Modern Warfare Remastered is accessible only through Infinite Warfare itself, though it's unclear for sure.
Go figure.
Yeah.
You know what else I learned about Call of Duty?
What?
Just
What's
yesterday.
That? What's that?
And I didn't see this until yesterday. But if you pre-order the digital deluxe edition or the digital legacy edition, the ones where you get the Modern Warfare, on PlayStation 4, you can start playing it, download and play the campaign today.
Yes, I was actually about to go into that.
My bad.
It's cool. You know, we're working off each other. It's good. It's healthy.
Giggity.
It's intimate.
Oh yeah.
But
anyway.
no, yeah. So that started today. It's PlayStation exclusive. Me, I did have it reserved for PS4, but I was like, well, Jeff's not gonna get it. My girlfriend doesn't want it. I really don't have anybody else that's gonna want to play this game with me, so it would just basically be a waste of my money on PS4. So I was like, fuck it. I moved it over to Xbox One because Jason and my cousin are going to be getting it, so at least I'll have people to play with.
See, that's a dilemma I'm with too, because I really just want to play Modern Warfare, and everybody I played with was on Xbox. Like everybody had it for 360 was the place to play.
Right.
Was the place to play the Call of Duties back then.
Right.
And now the majority of people own PlayStations, but it's like, kind of want to get it on Xbox just to relive the golden days.
Right, I hear you. Starting with Black Ops 3 up until before Black Ops 3, Microsoft had a deal with Activision and all that to where Xbox would get like all the DLC first, like a month before everybody else. And then I guess when Activision saw like the skyrocketing popularity of the PS4, they were like, "Man, we better jump ship like really quick, like yesterday quick." And that's why there was no. That's why for Black Ops 3, all the DLC came to PS4 first, and that's why they had a Call of Duty Black Ops 3 PS4 bundle instead of an Xbox One bundle.
That explains it. I was wondering about that, but I don't follow them, so I was like, okay, whatever. I guess.
Yeah, that just started last year with Black Ops 3, and now they're continuing it again with Infinite Warfare, which I really don't care. Because I'm going to play on whatever system I want. Thank you very much.
You rich people who owns all the systems.
Right?
I mean, I do own both systems.
You know what, though? Nick is dedicated to his craft, and this man is a gamer. What can you say?
It's true. That's why he's here.
Thank you.
That is exactly what I said, actually. So I just dropped a bomb, and guess what? I am dead. It was an accident. Moving on. So, speaking of moving on, you want to finish with your flavor? I feel like I interrupted you.
No, that was pretty much it. Unless you guys want me to elaborate more on the Denmark suing Niantic.
I kind of don't. Only because...
Well, we discussed it, like, before we started recording.
If I invented something, anything right now, and all of a sudden it blew up and I made billions of dollars, Denmark would sue me too. Because once you go from just, you're the video game company, and then once you get that huge success, people will just start suing you out the blue. People were suing Nintendo for the Wii.
Actually, no.
All kind of stuff.
There's actually like a legit reason why Denmark is suing Niantic.
Tell the man.
Like, it's not like a patent infringement or some shit like that. No, apparently. So, if y'all remember, like the early days of Pokemon Go, they had like Pokemon stops everywhere and yada yada. Most infamously, at the National Holocaust Museum, you could catch a coughing, a gas Pokemon, which is like not very PC to be putting in a Holocaust museum, FYI.
Quite hilarious, though. Unintentional.
Well, for people with a terrible sense of humor like us.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, for the rest of the easily insulted culture we live in, probably mad about that.
Anyway, So, of course, places have been asking Niantic, hey, stop spawning Pokemon at this monument, at this museum, etc., etc. Denmark contacted Niantic. I don't remember how long ago it was. I think it was several months ago. Apparently, there are these protected dunes at a certain beach in Denmark that I cannot remember the name of, and even if I had the article pulled up in front of me, I wouldn't be able to pronounce the name of it because it has a bunch of K's and J's in it. And basically what they asked Niantic to do was, all right, look, we don't want you to stop spawning Pokemon here because these are protected dunes and shit like that, and we don't like having a lot of people out here messing it up. So can you just have a period of a couple hours, I think it was from 7 p.m. to 11 a.m., where no Pokemon will spawn in this area. And that was it. That's all they wanted.
I feel like that's reasonable.
That's very reasonable. Niantic, just did not respond to them.
I mean, Pokemon Go goes from day to night. You can just cut it off at the night cycle, right?
Right.
Boom. No Pokemon.
But apparently, Niantic just ignored them and, didn't respond.
Where they spawn is probably, random base, because I'm sure Niantic didn't take the time to make sure a Pokemon spawns at my house. But they want it to be where if I turn on the game, no matter where I'm at, something will spawn around me. Yeah, so I'm sure if you're in these dunes and you turn on the game, you will have a Rattata spawn around you.
I mean, because it's not...
There's no fun playing if nothing is by you.
Well, yeah, and like I said, the Denmark government just doesn't want them spawning there for a period of time, just to preserve these protected dunes.
I feel like they couldn't cut off that individual spot, but what if they just cut off a radius around it? Just boom. Nothing's going to spawn there.
I mean, I'm sure that there is... I mean, if they can remove Pokestops and shit from museums, they can, put something in the programming to make it to where nothing spawns in this area. And I'm sure they gave them the exact coordinates and shit, so that way all they had to do was just type it in and be like, okay, from this time to this time, nothing spawns. So, because they didn't hear from them for several months, they were like, okay, here's a lawsuit. So now Niantic has to kind of take notice.
Oh, oh my god, I had fear shot. They'll be alright.
Yeah. Sound like you just auto-tuned yourself.
It did.
Hashtag T-Pain.
Jeff, your flavor.
Pineapple.
Oh, yeah. Auto-tune pineapple.
I like it. Okay, so.
Is that a paper unfolding? Did you have this on a paper in your pocket?
No. That was probably my mic moving across my face. Sorry. Weird enough. Whatever. Y'all ready?
I'm ready.
Yes, sir.
Big news from borderline last week. So Twitch and Amazon announced Twitch Prime, which is where Prime members will get free digital games and discounts. I have an article here, and let's see if the reading rainbow will fail me today. So we have Twitch Prime, a new set of video game related benefits for Amazon Prime members. Subscribers will now get exclusive discounts on pre-orders and new release physical games for the first 2 weeks after launch. Amazon is offering free release day deliveries on pre-orders. Members will also receive an updated selection of free digital games and in-game loot, such as characters and skins. So it started September 30th all the way until November 6th. And that's where Twitch Prime members, they're going to get a new hero for Hearthstone, which is Tyrant Whisperwind, and a custom card pack. In October, a Twitch Prime branded skin from Smite. Excuse me, I almost read that wrong there. And a free copy of Streamline, which is a new game from... Holy shit, not reading that word.
From a game company.
Yes,
That's how you do that. From a game company.
Go. And that's why you make the big bucks, right there. Thank you.
$0.
All right, so There's also Twitch-related goodies from Amazon, like a free monthly subscription to a Twitch channel if you're choosing. Twitch Prime will include most of the benefits you can get from Twitch Turbo, which is the company's premium subscription service.
Mm-hmm.
And Twitch streamers will still get paid from these subscriptions.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Now there's ad-free Twitch viewing, special chat badges, expanded chat colors, and custom emotes are all included.
That's
all right. So there's
nice.
a link. There's a link. It is twitchprime.com. It says if you're already an Amazon Prime member in the U.S. and there's other countries, but let's face it, here at Geek Gumbo, we only acknowledge one.
Well, I mean, we have the United States.
Correct.
Japan and all their great games.
Okay, we acknowledge two. I can't take that from them.
I was about to say, hey, don't knock Japan and their awesome games.
Okay. So anyway, twitchprime.com, and despite the benefits, your Prime still costs $99, which is roughly like, I don't know, $11 a month, $10.99 a month, shit like that. And it says it right there. And you get a 30-day free trial. So that looks like that's the end of that. But I think that's big news because I am an Amazon Prime subscriber, and I am about to go link that shit, like after the podcast, because I'm trying to multitask and it's not working.
Surprised you haven't done it already.
I mean, I don't know, considering he really doesn't play Hearthstone like,
y'all.
Yeah, like me and Jason.
Yeah, I was about to say, not me.
Oh, no. I knew to keep you out of that one.
I attempted. I just couldn't get into it.
Yeah, that's how I feel. It just took too long for me, but it's actually not a bad game.
The Tavern Brawl this week is amazing. It's like amazingly fun.
I don't know, man. I don't know why I can't get into it like I can get into like the Clash Royale or anything.
Animation, domination, throwdown. You and my girlfriend playing that shit.
Haven't played it in a week.
Okay. She's still playing it. I actually deleted it off my phone.
I haven't deleted it yet, but I don't delete anything. So
well, I mean I'm running on a phone with 32 gigabytes aside from lost train of thought. Phone only has 32 gigabytes compared to my old phone, which had 64 gigabytes.
Understandable. So, I don't know, man. I just can't seem to delete stuff. I have Pokemon Go on my phone. But you know what I have been playing?
What?
It's going to sound kind of pathetic. I downloaded the Game Boy Advance Simulator, and I'm playing Pokemon Fire Red for probably the 17th time.
That's not sad. That's actually pretty awesome.
I'm also playing Advance Wars. That's the sad part of it. That game's it does not live up to it. Uh-oh. Technical difficulties.
We have a down microphone on aisle 5. Down microphone on aisle 5.
Oh, shit.
You're that guy, aren't you? Are you the guy at like Walmart where they're like fucking... Okay, we need this person to aisle 4.
There we go. I got it now.
That's usually what I do.
Holy shit, dude. You got a great job. Anyway, so that was about it for my flavor. I did want to note that Luke Cage is out on Netflix. And while I have not started watching it, I definitely plan to. Also, guys, I don't know if I told y'all this, but I need to. Brain Games is also on Netflix. I don't know how like dumb y'all feel on a daily basis, but if you want to, watch that shit. It's really good. It's really good.
Wait, the like old show that used to come on like HBO or something?
You
go, brain games. No,
basically,
that's not it.
All right. There's this one segment where there's a ball, and they show this basketball, and it's moving diagonally across the court, and then they produce a shadow, and the shadow follows it, and then they say they're going to move the shadow, so the ball never stops moving diagonally, but the shadow goes across the baseline, so it looks like the ball launched into the air, and then they started bouncing the shadow, and it looks like the ball is bouncing. Like, so it was explaining how you use shadows to perceive what's going on.
That is witchcraft and fuckery. That is not science.
Dude, watch it. Watch it, Nicholas. It's amazing. It's also kind of ridiculous. You watch one guy, and he like steals like 4 things from this one dude while he's talking. It's great. Watch the show. It's great. Wanted to let everybody know about that. Go on there.
I was actually about to say I have been like too busy recording content for the YouTube channel to like watch anything on Netflix.
I understand. I do understand that. Like great content. I've actually looked at the page. It's pretty good. Not gonna lie. Anyway, that's it for me. That's all I wanted to say. I died again. It sucks.
You're doing a great job of playing a video game and paying attention and reading.
Man, I appreciate this, guys.
Although your math was horribly off.
Nah, that was not horribly off.
$99 is not $10, $11 a month because there's 12 months, and it's a lot over $8.
It's like
$8.25 a month.
$10.99. You could pay $10.99 if you do it monthly.
But
which is $11.
But $99
for
1 year is essentially equates to $8.25 a month.
Yeah, okay. You're right.
There's no math rainbow, so we're just gonna have to suffer with that.
No.
Don't worry. I'll pull a calculator next time.
All right. So my first flavor is there was a Doctor Strange 30-second trailer that premiered with the Flash season 3 premiere. But the trailer is a unique bit of advertising because
I was about to say, did they air a commercial for a Marvel movie during a DC television show?
They did. They put it this way: if you're the CW, whoever gives you money to advertise, you fucking put it on. They do not care.
Anyway,
so the trailer, and you can tell by watching it, you can hear like stuff played backwards. So if you watch the trailer in reverse, it actually says stuff, which is pretty cool. I thought it was a unique bit of advertising. And that also adds a little fuel to the fire that many people thinking that Doctor Strange's amulet is actually one of the Infinity Stones, the Time Stone.
That would not surprise me.
They're thinking that's when that stone will be introduced into the Marvel Universe with this movie.
That'd be pretty cool.
And I guess if we talk about the movie, we have to say it releases November 4th in the United States.
Woo!
Which is the only country, except for Japan, that we acknowledge.
Right. That's why I won't say when it opens in the UK or Australia and New Zealand because it's before us.
Wait. You said it comes out November 4th?
That's correct.
Damn, that is going to be a busy fucking day for me. That's
what all are you doing on the 4th?
Well, that's also the day that Call of Duty launches as well.
That's true.
Which, by the way, when that launches, I will hopefully have a Geek Gumbo Twitch channel set up so I can live stream that shit.
There's no hopefully in that, guys. We will be set up. I'll set it up for you. Possibly.
So basically, I'll be setting it up.
Yo, so I overheard that Geek Gumbo actually got the lost episodes. We have the login. Is this true?
Somewhat.
We don't have the log. Jesus Christ, man.
Okay.
I don't know why that came to mind, but it did.
So, episode 0 was sent to me labeled as episode 1.
How dare they?
Episode hold on, let me look in my actual files because I actually have a Geek Gumbo lost episodes file now. So basically, number 0 is like only 1 minute and 27 seconds. So I was like, the ones that's labeled number 1 is the first is episode 0. The one labeled episode 2 is episode 1. And then for some reason 3 and 5 would not convert to MP3s. So I was unable to get them. So pretty much, and then it goes to like 4, to episode 4.
So some episodes are still lost.
Yeah, so episode 3 and 5, well, 3 you can still listen to it on SoundCloud, but 5 is just lost to eternity.
That's okay. We don't need it.
Yeah, because I don't even remember what we talked about in episode 5.
Probably wasn't that good of a show.
I have it jotted down. I'm totally lying.
I was about to say, you lie.
Like a rug. Anyway.
So, Nick, do you have any more flavor?
Pineapples. Dude, what are you talking about? You were telling us. You had another flavor, didn't you?
I don't have another flavor.
No, not him. Not you.
You have another flavor. Yeah. You said you had two.
Yeah, we usually rotate. You know, I was saying if you had another one, Jeff, do you have another flavor?
Dude, I have no flavor.
I've already burned through my flavors.
Yeah. Not Baskin and Robbins, homeboy.
The same thing.
All right.
Yeah.
So I wanted to hit on for my second flavor, since I'm the only person that could come up with two.
I did come up with two. I already gave them.
You went through them at once.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I know how to combine them. I know how to segue that shit together.
I like taking turns. You know, you gotta treat this show like the neighborhood hoe and just take turns.
I disagree. Neighborhood hoe got it all at the same time. But anyway,
yeah. She's getting a lot of things at the same time.
It's true. So, today was the embargo was up on the PSVR, so they got a bunch of reviews out there.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'll say none of the reviews are glowing, but none of them are horrible.
Mm.
A lot of people are saying, you know, it's a good, affordable VR headset, but it's not top-notch quality because of the screen resolution and stuff like that. So,
because basically, in order to get the optimal efficiency out of this thing, you need the PS4 Pro.
No, because that's not at all gonna increase the picture quality on your PS. It's not gonna change the image of the visor and the inside. It's just the visor's not as capable as its PC big brothers. But for the price of a HTC Vive, you can get a PS4 and the PSVR bundle and still make out. I think it's like $99 cheaper. The HTC Vive's like what, $899?
I have no idea because, as I've mentioned on several occasions, I am not going to be an early adopter of virtual reality. One of our friends, one of my girlfriend and I's friends, he has an HTC Vive and he has a Twitch channel, which I cannot remember the name of since I haven't been on Twitch in like a month or so. He hasn't been streaming either because every time he tries to stream with this HTC Vive, there is always some kind of problem with it. Whether it, just the thing just doesn't want to work or the audio goes bad on it. There's just like all kinds of problems with VR. At least with the HTC Vive. Let me just say that. At least with the HTC Vive. I don't know about the PlayStation VR, but once again, I could give two shakes of a polecat's ass about virtual reality.
Well, just to let you know, for the same price you pay for the HTC Vive, just the thing itself, without the PC that could run it, you can get a PlayStation 4 and a PSVR, the bundle that comes with the PlayStation camera and the two Move controllers. So you can be set up good to go for the price of just a unit of the Vive. So it tells you a little bit difference in the cost of making them. And the PSVR, just the headset, is $200 cheaper than the Oculus Rift. And the PlayStation at $299 is a lot cheaper than any PC you can get that could run it.
Well, that's true. But
Google Cardboard and your cell phone is still the cheapest way.
I'm still gonna wait 5 years down the line. If virtual reality is still a thing, then I will definitely be like, okay, let me actually get on board with this shit because apparently it's been around for 5 years and it's the best thing since sliced bread. Maybe I should give it a try.
That'll probably be the best. Because if you think that if 5 years from now, the quality will be so much better at the same price. Because just, over time, the parts will get cheaper. So you will get something that is very nice for the price you're paying now. And hopefully by then they figure out how to make grand experiences and not these short little burst experiences.
One can hope, one can pray, one can speculate. I choose to speculate.
I don't think they get it right. until Nintendo makes a VR game, because Nintendo seems to know how to.
Christ, here we go with Nintendo.
They seem to know. Hey, find a 3D game that was good before Super Mario 64 taught people how to make games in 3D spaces, and make it where you can actually control it in the camera.
Like Unreal Engine.
Unreal Engine.
I have a kid. He's in the background.
I heard something about Unreal Engine. I'm not going to argue with Mario 64.
Right. They will teach.
Mario 64. It's impossible.
No, you can't.
Speaking of Mario was one of those great multiplayer games Patrick loves to talk about.
Yes.
Hashtag segue.
This week's topic is what were our favorite multiplayer experiences? Like, what are your favorite multiplayer games you have the best memories of? And then what we're going to try and commit to is we'll see which ones we have in common, or, and then actually get together and play them, maybe for that spiffy Twitch channel that we're eventually going to create in the future.
Huzzah.
Hey, can we just like nix Super Mario? Because he's going to be on everybody's list.
Well, if he's on everybody's list.
Or at least mine and yours.
Well,
can we just like get him off the list? We can always come back and play it because he's classic.
Well, see, nobody liked playing. When you say Super Mario, you talking about like Mario 1, 2, or 3? Or like Mario 1 or 3?
I'm talking about anything that came out from NES to SNES.
Well, I mean, it was co-op, but it wasn't like at the same time co-op. It was like, okay, you play it, you die. Okay, second player, start. Play as Luigi, go.
Yes, right, let's redefine it. Let's multiplayer. You actually play together at the same time.
Right.
Fuck. I was sure gonna say Donkey Kong. Anyway, whatever.
All I know is whenever I was first player and I died, whenever the second player played, I still act like I was playing. But then they just weren't as good as me. I still mimic the motions.
That's funny. All right, well, I'm with it. Also, disclaimer: put zero thought into this until this moment. But
Same.
I'm coming up with 3 of them. I promise you.
You have 3? Let me count my list. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 games and a board game.
See, I only thought of 3 or 4.
Y'all are horrible people.
I didn't do any.
I don't have very many good multiplayer experiences. Okay.
Okay.
I didn't have very many friends.
I can also believe that.
You have a sister.
Yeah, imagine how fun it is to play a multiplayer game with a 3-year-old that throws a tantrum when she loses.
Wait,
anyway.
you play multiplayer with my wife?
Because
she gets highly upset when she loses.
All right. So actually,
speaking of the girl, she's in the room next door to me yelling at my cat.
Giggity. So, how about, since you have so many, Patrick, you just give us a few.
Okay, I'll lead off. So, I didn't kind of order them, but so the first one I remember having a blast playing was Mario Party 4.
That was
not
fun.
1, 2, or 3. Part 4, which was on the GameCube.
Fun fact: never played a Mario Party game ever.
That sounds like
that's not a fun, dude. That's not a fun fact.
I didn't have fun fact.
Basically. Poor boy. We have to teach him.
I did not own a Nintendo 64 or a GameCube. I didn't own a Nintendo 64 until maybe 2 or 3 years ago.
That just tells us what kind of horrible childhood you had.
I don't know. I still grew up with PlayStation. I had a pretty damn good childhood, other than the no friends.
All right, moving forward. Jesus.
I am totally lying. I had at least 2 friends.
It's a good number. It's a good, nice, even number.
Yes, it's an even number. So, next one I have on my little list is Mario Kart, and then I didn't pick any one because whatever one was out at the time was probably the most popular to play.
I've only played Mario Kart on the Super Nintendo.
That rings true today, though. It really does.
Mario Kart on the Super Nintendo was pretty good, but when you go back and play it, it's just not the same.
Nah, that shit is just as good. Also, the 64 version was pretty good too. I believe that was the 64. Maybe the game version. I don't remember. There's so many.
My friends used to have bets on
friends.
Koopa Beach. $3 a race, 1-on-1. These dudes were ridiculous.
And they were rich because there's no way, as a child, I was putting up $3 for
a younger Patrick with more hair, probably.
No, I didn't put up money because, little known fact, but every time I bet, I lose. So if you want your team to win a game, just make me bet that they will lose, and I guarantee them a victory.
Beautiful. Anyway.
Does anybody want to go next, or do I keep going?
Dude, you have 6 more than us. Keep going.
Okay. Contra, parts 1 and 3.
Fun.
Okay.
NES and Super Nintendo. There's no more fun you could have, even if you just have one friend, than sitting there playing Contra.
That sounds like an old infomercial for Contra right there.
It probably is. Well, I'm just trying to say, you said you didn't have many friends. You only needed one for Contra.
Well, I also didn't know what the hell Contra was until like a few years ago.
Jesus.
Stab in the heart. Tecmo Super Bowl.
I have heard of Tecmo Super Bowl. I love that game. It's probably the only sports game I love next to NBA Jam.
NBA Jam's a good one, but not on my list. Tecmo Super Bowl, I'd get together with 2 other of my friends, and we would stay up all night. And we'd play out a season, and we had to be in the same division, so we'd each play each other twice. And, we'd play out a whole season in a night and see who had the best record.
Nice.
It was always fun. I think I got to still go. Age of Empires 2.
Are we keeping count here? How many is it?
That's like 5 or 6.
Whoops.
All right.
I just deleted one by accident.
All right, great.
Well, I think the few that you've given gives a good idea.
Yeah. It also shows your age, but what else?
I wasn't going to say that, but
I like fucking with them.
So Age of Empires 2 on the PC. You basically build up your army, then you go attack each other. We were all having fun playing it, like amateurs, until one of my friends decided to go watch tournaments, and he seen their strategies, and then he brought them back and played with us, and then he destroyed us, so then we just all quit playing. He ruined it. Sounds
about right.
You ruined it, Cito. If you ever hear this, you fucking ruined it.
God damn it.
Good job, Cito.
Whoever the fuck you are.
Fucking asshole.
Somebody who got really good at Age of Empires in a very short time.
God damn it, Bobby.
Anyway.
Okay, y'all can have a turn now.
All right, so I'll go with GoldenEye, 007 and 64, because of course it's on the list. I mean,
I knew at least one of y'all was going to put it on that list. I didn't put it on the list because I've played it, but I've hardly ever played it.
That's understandable. But I mean, I played it. It is little known fact. It came out with a Call of Duty style remastered version or whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Yeah. I played it. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't good either.
Yeah, I agree. So between the N64 version and the PS3 version, it was the only shooter I can consistently beat my friends at. I'm pretty excited about that.
We'll have to challenge Jeff to that.
Also, it's because I'm very creative with proximity mines. Very creative.
Now, GoldenEye is also on my list, so I can knock that off. And I am also very creative with proximity mines, and that game is amazing, and you should only play it on 64.
You should only play it on 64. I will not recommend the PS3 version to anyone.
If your head doesn't look like a Minecraft block, you're playing on the wrong system.
I love it.
Jesus Christ.
Anyway. All right, so Nick?
Tony Hawk Underground 2.
That's fair. Oh wait, no, I'm thinking about
it's a game that I literally would spend all night playing with a buddy of mine. We would literally I would go over to his house on a Friday to spend the night, and we'd get pizza and 2 liters, and we would just stay up all night playing either the story mode or just free skate. Any of the
Now, if we're
old,
calling out,
all the old
Go
Tony
ahead.
Hawks I could actually include on there, like even Tony Hawk 1. But not Tony Hawk 5, because that was just garbage.
Any Tony Hawk that came out, like the original, like the, just two. Two was great.
if we're calling out snacks and drinks, when we played GoldenEye, we drank Cokes and ate ham sandwiches all night. Eddie, Cito, Dennis, and Paul will vouch for that. That was my clique that we played with.
God damn it, Cito. You're still watching you.
So is it me again? I get to go again?
Of course you do.
All right. SOCOM 2 on the PlayStation 2.
Because of course that's on your list.
It preceded Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
True.
And online, you played rounds instead of just one big match, and it was when you died, you were dead. So it's kind of a little bit different. Different strategy to it.
It's actually similar to Call of Duty's Search and Destroy game mode, but yeah, SOCOM came first. I was just pointing that out.
Fun fact. That is a fun fact.
We used to have clan wars. Those were always fun. I did have a friend who wanted to be in our clan, and the clan leader wouldn't let him in. But one night we needed one for a clan, so he's like, "Hey, can you call him and get him to play?" I was like, "Yeah." So he put him in the clan, and then the next day when he got on, he was kicked out of it. And I've never seen somebody so pissed off of getting kicked out of a digital clan.
I mean, dude, that would kind of piss me off.
That's pretty funny. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
He knew.
Yeah, of course it's funny because that's something you would probably do.
Tis. So, are we back at me? Did it make full circle?
I believe so.
Yeah.
All right. So I remember now. Didn't actually have a full list, and since I can't put Donkey Kong on that goddamn list.
No.
I got one. I have one. Little Big Planet. Only because.
Wait, are we talking the first one or the second one?
The first one.
The original, the OG, the classic. I fucking love that game.
Me and my ex, we did this amazing thing where we play together, and it's the only game she played because I guess it was cute. And she would jump, and mid-jump, I would grab her, and she would die. And I just trolled her for about 15 to 20 minutes until she got pissed off and quit.
See, I would so troll the other people I'm playing with by like smacking them into death spikes and shit like that. There was that one level where you're on the skateboard and you have to just ride the skateboard all the way to the end of the level. There's nothing strenuous about it. I just walk up to him on the edge and just smack right off. It's like, ah.
Yeah, so I like that game strictly for troll aspect of it.
Oh, me too.
If I had to be quite honest.
Me and my wife did play through, I want to say all of the first Little Big Planet. And what was funny is, I think it came out what year it came out? 2006 or 7.
Time to fact check.
We need some Googling.
Right after I close my damn web browser.
Of course.
Anyway, continue.
So me and my wife played through most of it, and it was either right after my son was born or maybe when he was like a year old, when, you could still get away with playing games because the kid sleeps like 20 hours out the day.
Okay, the first release was October the 27th, 2008.
8. Okay, so he was 2. And that ended up being like the first game he really got into and one of his favorite games. So we played it when he was a 2-year-old and slept most of the time. So, and in future, he ended up getting into all the Little Big Planet games.
I did not like Little Big Planet 3.
I don't think anybody did.
No. Well, because it wasn't the same studio that made the first two that made the third one, so it was like really odd, and I just didn't like it.
Yeah, that was the one he played the least. Like, he got on 1 kind of late, and then he got into 2, and then he got 3 and played it like a couple weeks, and that was it.
And I don't know if y'all can hear it. Y'all probably can't, but my dad is like screaming and laughing his ass off downstairs, which I'm assuming he's playing Grand Theft Auto 5.
Is he in a biker gang?
That's probably what they're doing right now. Me and Jason started the GGMC last night.
Was that your
I
Mick
like
missions?
Huh?
That was when y'all said y'all were gonna do the Mick missions.
Yeah, the MC missions.
I didn't know what that was. I thought it might be some biker thing on Grand Theft Auto. I was right.
Yes, it was.
it's okay, Pat. Where are we? Who are we on?
We're on me. So this
Bring it
one,
on.
I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be the only one that enjoyed playing this. But once again, I had few friends. I also didn't own a Nintendo 64 or a GameCube or an original Xbox. I just had PS2. Red Faction 2. Multiplayer.
I don't even think I played that.
Multiplayer was almost similar to GoldenEye's, but like more explosions. This was, fun fact, this was the first game that I ever played with sticky grenades. So like I just had the time of my life just sticking people with grenades, especially like in the campaign of the game, and they would freak the fuck out and then just blow up into little bits.
Also a troll move.
Yes.
Did the multiplayer on there have the destructible environments like the main game?
I believe so, yes.
That used to be fun. Like I remember playing just the campaign, and like if they had a wall between you and where you had to go, you just sit there and shoot rockets at it until you blow a hole through it. Which was that was a big thing for games back then.
Oh yeah, this was pre Battlefield 3 and Frostbite Engine and all that other good shit.
I don't know. Again, haven't played it. I feel like I missed out on something else.
You kind of did. Because the first one was okay. The second one was amazing. They never made an official Red Faction 3. They just made Guerrilla and Armageddon, which both of those were okay themselves. But, of course, now THQ no longer exists. So, you know.
Yeah, it is what it is.
We have
No.
memories.
Another Nintendo 64 game, so I'm sorry, Nick. You know nothing about this. Wayne Gretzky's 3D hockey.
No.
I didn't play that
I know
either.
who Wayne Gretzky is, but I did no idea about the game you're talking about.
It was 3-on-3 arcade style hockey,
Mm-hmm.
and it was amazing. And the reason it was amazing is because
I'm sorry to interrupt you. Didn't they re-release that on Xbox 360 and PS3?
I don't know. We can look that up.
Oh, let me look that up. Continue.
All right. So the reason it was amazing is because we started playing this game, and the winter goes on, right? That's how you played,
Mm-hmm.
and it was short. I forget how long the periods were, but the game wasn't long. And I developed a winning streak, so
Of
much
course.
so that I swear to you, I had 150 wins before my friend Chris beat me. It was my first loss, and I swear to you, once I
That is
lost,
insane.
we quit playing.
Of course.
Like, 'cause once I got that loss, it was over. But what I tried to show my friends, and they couldn't comprehend, is they had this thing in the game called a one time, where you hit pass and shoot at the same time,
Mm-hmm.
and they would immediately pass it to the player, and whoever they passed it to, as soon as the puck touched them, they shot it, and I'd score goals like that. So the announcer would count down at the end. I'd be losing by 1, and the announcer would be like 5, 4, 3. He would say 1, and then he would pause for like probably 3 seconds before the game ended. I would always score a goal in like the last second to either tie it for an extra period or to go into overtime, and I'd end up winning. And they used to get so pissed. And they're like, "Oh, he knows the cheat codes." I was like, "There's no fucking cheat codes."
Okay.
And
So
they all seen the manual, and they all watched the little video that shows you how to play before the game, and they just couldn't figure out how to do the fucking one times.
Okay.
They're bad.
So I was kind of right, kind of wrong. They did re-release they did release a game called 3-on-3 NHL Arcade for the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360. Don't know if it's like the same game as the one that Patrick was just talking about, the Wayne Gretzky 3D hockey, but it
Sounds
is
like
the
the
same
same.
format where it's 3-on-3 hockey.
Who
Oh,
developed
shit.
those?
Let's see. Developer was EA Canada.
Now this was a Midway game,
Well,
so it wasn't the same people, just without the
isn't
Wayne
Midway
Gretzky.
owned by EA now or something like that? Or does like Midway not
Eh,
exist anymore?
I don't think they exist anymore.
I don't think so either. So,
Oh well. So I just thought of another game that I had way too much fun on to leave out.
okay.
NFL Street 2.
Never played it.
That game, listen, take everything you think you've heard about football, because I know you don't follow it, throw it out the goddamn window. Or like, run, jump off the damn wall, or jump onto the wall, jump off the wall, super high in the air, throw a touchdown pass.
Well,
Me and a friend of mine played it all the time. It was great. It defied physics. And anytime you defy physics, pretty fun.
I never played any of the NFL or NBA streets, mainly because this is going back to my GameStop days. You know, when I started working there, the PS2 was already long gone, and, you know, mainly everybody was buying Xbox and PS3. But we still carried PS2 games, and for some strange reason at my location, the PlayStation 2 section was like just the only customers that would come and buy it is grandmas who had no idea what kind of video game system their kids had. Um, People who just couldn't afford Xbox or PS3, which I'm not knocking them for that. But then there was also this third group of just crackheads.
Oh, God.
And like the annoying crackheads that like they would come in, ask, "Hey, you got NBA Street?" And I'll be like, "Yeah, man, it's $20." "Oh, come on, man, that's too damn expensive. Get the fuck out of my store."
Oh, my God.
I like
Yeah,
gamers.
so
Gamers are in three groups. They're the grandmas, the people who can't afford the new systems, and the crackheads. I guess four groups: the people who have the new systems.
Well, yeah,
right.
I was just mainly specifically talking about PS2.
I would like to go ahead and say that if you did not play Street 2, you could have at least played NFL Blitz. It's fucking amazing.
I considered getting NFL Blitz, but then I was just like,
Not that new,
fuck it.
not that new bullshit they made. Talking N64.
Arcade. I remember playing Blitz in the arcade.
I think they remade it for Xbox 360 and PS3 as well.
It was trash. I had it.
Oh,
So
well, never mind then. Don't care.
So, I don't know. Where are we? I just went.
I think it's me.
Bring it
And
on.
as in me, Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Because like I explained before, I played this game every single night with a group of people that ranged anywhere from 8 to 18 for like 11 months straight. Shit you not. 11 months straight. Every fucking night. My wife can tell you because she fucking hated me for 11 months straight.
I bet she did. See,
Probably,
I got into Call of Duty Modern Warfare like the summer between my junior and senior year of high school. And I played the ever-loving shit out of it over the summer. I got to the highest rank, which I think was 55.
Correct.
Before you could prestige. And then by that point, I had unlocked like the Red Tiger camo for the M4. And I was so proud of myself because I was like, man, I got, you know, whatever requirement of headshots it was to get that camo. And then they're like, oh, you can prestige, lose all your progress, but you get this neat new little low emblem next to your name. I was like, oh, fuck that. And then I was just like, well, I have no need to play this anymore.
of course you don't.
That's because you didn't have a group of 8 to 18 friends who played every single night.
No, there was one guy I used to play with from Canada, ironically named Pineapple Killer.
It killed your flavor, Jeff.
I don't appreciate this guy.
I don't know what the hell ever happened to him, but
He probably died.
actually, no, I think he's a famous YouTuber now, but I've never been able to prove it, so.
He's dead.
Anyway, I used to play with him and whoever his friends were, you know, and they're just like, hey, what are we playing? Oh, we're playing Headquarters. That's how I grew to love Headquarters on Modern Warfare, and I was very sad when they got rid of it.
Now, you know how you could level up your guns?
Hmm.
I only did that to one gun. I had the golden shotgun.
Mm-mm.
Because no matter the
Because you're a troll.
shooter, no matter the shooter, I am the idiot that's running around with a shotgun.
Of course
And
you are.
yes, and some maps I'm pretty good, and some maps I'm freaking horrible. But I will forever
Watch when Modern
just be
Warfare
the
Remastered
idiot.
comes out. Pat's gonna go out and get himself an Xbox One just to play this game again, and I'm gonna run into him in a multiplayer match one day. I'll be like, wait, holy fuck, I think I recognize that guy. Is he running around with a shotgun? Oh, yep, yeah, that's Patrick.
I do have an Xbox One,
Oh, I didn't know.
so the chances could be more likely than you know. And
Yeah.
if I did get it, I probably would get it on Xbox, and that would be my goal, is to get my golden shotgun back. Because there was one match I got online late that night, and I got in the match, and I went like 6-6. And I played, some of the people I played with were fucking amazing, like some of the best players I've seen, like that I knew in real life. So they had this one dude, Dat. No, it was his brother Alan. His brother Alan was like 34-3
God
that round,
damn.
and I was 6-6 because I joined late, but still probably wouldn't have been much better than that. Like I'm like 500. Like I'm a kill as many times as I die. I'm never good at that kill death ratio thing.
Same.
Well, we go into the lobby, and the dude's like, "Man, who was that dude with a golden shotgun?" I was like, "That was me." And he's like, "Man, you're a fucking beast." And the dude Allen got so fucking pissed. He's like, "Look at my score. How come I'm not a beast?" Like, he was so offended because I happened to kill like one dude 3 times with a shotgun just because of the way I play. Like, he was a sniper, and I kept
Oh my god.
like I go around the board long ways. I look for people just laying there. I try and run in the back of groups, but most of the time I just get shot from afar because I'm the idiot running with a big golden shotgun.
You know.
But we played
I
that
feel
game
like
so
you don't
much
wanna-
we made up our own games inside the game. Have I ever told y'all about pool? I'm sure I have.
I think you did. Did you ever play Michael Myers?
We didn't play Michael Myers. How you play that?
Let's see if I can remember this correctly. What you do it in the free for all mode. One player is Michael Myers, so you can only use your knife, and the other players are only using pistols. And I'm trying to remember. I'm really trying. It's been like so long since I played it. Basically, you have to kill Michael Myers, and then if you kill him, you become Michael Myers, and you go and try to kill as many people with your knife as much as possible until they end up killing you with their guns, and then whoever kills you becomes Michael Myers next. I really can't remember how the game ended, but that's all I remember from it.
See, if we knew how to do mod and stuff on PC, see, that would be something that worked. And then mine was pool. They had the board where there's like 2 abandoned apartment complexes like facing each other.
Uh-huh.
And they had like a fountain in the middle, but in the back corner, they had like a building with a pool in it. And so but it was an empty pool. So the game of pool was you can only shoot your gun when your feet are touching the pool, like inside the pool. And then when you're walking around the edge, you could throw all the flashbangs and smoke grenades you want. So when you'd play, you'd see everybody just run into that back corner, start running around the pool, throwing their grenades and, well, their flashbangs and smoke in there. And then you would jump on the floor, and it's like you're just running through smoke, shooting at anything that moves. And it was so hilarious. And then every once in a while, right, then every once in a while, you got the one idiot walking around the edge, shooting inside the pool, getting a bunch of kills, and then everybody starts killing him. But yeah, we had fun playing pool. So it's somebody else's turn, because that was my game.
I guess for my last my last game, it's kind of a toss-up. Halo 3. Thoroughly enjoyed the multiplayer for Halo 3, even though it was hard as shit, especially with the whole, if you lost the game, you didn't get any experience, and if you won, you only got 1 point of experience. So like you always looked forward to every weekend, because every weekend they would have double XP on certain game types, and I fucking loved Griffball.
That
What is Griffball?
so funny.
Griffball is a game type that was made by Rooster Teeth, pretty much. The whole point of the game is it starts with two teams on opposite sides, armed with either you can either arm yourself with a plasma sword or a gravity hammer. The point of it is to run to the middle, grab the ball. Your armor turns orange, which is the color of the character's armor from Red vs. Blue that they named the game after, Griff. And you have to get it to the other team's side and plant it. And when you plant it, it blows up and everybody dies and it starts a new round.
It sounds exciting.
Dude, it is
That
so
sounds
much
exciting.
fun. It's so hectic. I got like my first quintuple kill medal in that game type. Because
sounds pretty cool,
one
dude.
of my teammates had the ball and I was just running, guarding him with a gravity hammer, just boom, double kill, triple kill. I was like, felt like a fucking badass playing that game mode.
That reminds me of another game that could have made my list, but it didn't. Was Unreal Tournament.
I only
And I
played
used to
Unreal
like-
Tournament 3.
Well, I think it was 2004, Unreal Tournament 2004.
Mhm.
They had a mode called Bombing Run, and it was kind of like that. In the middle of the board, they would have a ball,
Mm-hmm.
but when you would bring it back, you'd have to bring it to the other team's base, and it'd actually have a goal. Now, you could shoot the ball off of you because you could like pass it to your teammates and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, I'm dying. Because
We're
I'm
all
old.
dying.
Call Captain Save-A-Ho.
Right.
Jason
So
ain't here.
if you shot the ball through the goal, you got 3 points, like a field goal.
Uh-huh.
But if you actually jumped through the goal, you got 7, like a touchdown.
Okay.
So I mean, I played matches that went down to the wire, where they're counting down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you're like your whole team is over there passing it around, trying to score. And I had some fun times playing that.
that
but
sounds very
none
fun.
of my friends played it, so it's not as memorable as the times I had with people I actually knew.
Fair enough.
That's a
My
good
friends.
reason not to put it on the list.
Right, because it's mostly just me and a bunch of people I didn't know.
There's actually one game I downloaded from Steam recently. I think it's $15 or $20. It's called Toxic, Toxikk, and it plays like an old school first person shooter, kind of like how the reboot to Doom's multiplayer works. It plays the same like that, where there's power-ups all over the map. You start with a pistol and you can like find machine guns and sniper rifles on the map to pick up and add to your arsenal and all that other good stuff. So I've been meaning to make a video on it. I've been lazy
I would
doing other
watch that.
stuff. I've been lazy doing other Geek Gumbo channel content. That's a damn shame. Getting too lazy to do content because I'm doing content.
It's always a decent problem to have.
Yeah, it could be worse, dude.
Yeah.
So if I had to give another one, which I do, probably the funnest multiplayer experience I've had, Zombies Ate My Neighbors. I have no idea how bad I want to beat this damn game.
I keep meaning to get back with you on that, Jeff.
And
Nick-
I've said it before, game is amazing.
There's not a lot of things that will pull me completely out of my schedule. To stop and record Zombies Ate My Neighbors is definitely one. I promise you it is.
I mean, if your sound card
'Cause I
worked, I
think-
could just bring my capture card over to your place and do that, but your sound card doesn't work, so that's kind of a problem.
I may have gotten angry, thrown it. You
God.
can't prove that, though.
God damn it, Jeff.
And I always like to point out that Zombie Eat My Neighbors has one of the best gaming soundtracks there is.
Agreed.
It does. It does. I was super excited when me and Nick played it. Super pissed off when the dog ran over the system. But whatever. We can't
Yeah,
all
that
do
was pretty depressing.
Hey, and with this month being October and Halloween coming up, man, it'd be a great game for y'all to do a little video on. Just saying. Just throwing it out there.
I agree.
Indeed.
But that's like my number one, dude. That's the game. When I read, hey, we're gonna talk about multiplayer games, that one came to my head along with Mario. But like I said,
Actually, thank you for pointing out that it's October, because now I need to like look through my games and find something quote unquote horror related so I can do something for the channel.
Maybe that Friday the 13th game will finally come out. Who
Maybe.
knows?
If not, I have Zombie Army Trilogy.
That sounds exciting.
Either way.
And the last one on my list is not a video game, but it is a game. It is Monopoly. You do
Monopoly
first of all,
Monopoly ruins friendships, just like Uno.
I
Especially
got
if you play
people
Uno John Ehret rules.
I got people who will not play Monopoly with me anymore.
Draw 4s wrong.
Just cuz.
Because you're a cheater.
No, I'm not a cheater. They just don't know how to play the game. They don't understand how trading works. And
Probably because you don't explain it to them, so that way they just get pissed off and quit, so you win.
no, when you make a trade, they think it's in their benefit, and in the end it's in your benefit. They get all pissed off that they made that trade, and it's not my fault that I'm a pretty good salesman, and I could sell these trades.
I mean,
that's
working retail kind of teaches you how to be a professional bullshitter.
I've been doing that way before. I've been playing Monopoly since I was like 6 years old. I guess that's why I'm good at math, because counting money.
I guess.
And in fact, I haven't played in a while because it's hard to find people to play with. Because nobody has 4 hours plus to play a game.
Exactly. That's why you play Munchkin.
Dude, that board game came out before like.
That was in the 30s, I think, or the 20s.
I was about to say that Monopoly's been around since before any of us were born.
Well, I mean, think about the era, right? There was nothing else to do.
Yeah.
It was like,
and then,
go to work, have sex, play Monopoly.
And see, my thing with Monopoly... Oh, Monopoly came out in 1903.
Jesus Christ.
Even further back.
So, my thing with Monopoly is I can't play the stupid versions. I can't play nothing up to date. Mine has to be the original Monopoly with Boardwalk and Park Place. No, right. You know, I need all the shitty places.
I would imagine playing the original Monopoly from like 1903 being very, very racist.
Absolutely.
Like, just because of the times.
Absolutely. Patrick's like, I'm not touching that one.
Right, I'm not.
Let's face it.
I mean,
I'm
Monopoly
just leaving it when I was a kid. And then the board game, the original board game, but you got to get the one that came with double the money, because, you know, we play for big dollars.
Then people just get pissed off and rip the money up.
No, you can't do that in my house.
Or the kids get into the Monopoly money, or the dog gets into it and just tears it up.
I had a Nintendo Monopoly game, and my kids opened it. I wasn't going to open it at all, but they opened it and went through it and tried to play it and never did, because they're little bastards, and I have one in here now. He knows. He looked and smiled at me.
He knows what he did.
He knows what he did. He ruined my Nintendo Monopoly that would never leave the box, because I will never play it, because it's not the original damn Monopoly.
That little bastard. It could be a collector's item by now.
Who knows? He just apologized. It doesn't matter. It's really old.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
But yes, Monopoly is the last thing. I got some honorable mentions, like, you ever played Jackal on NES? You're just two little Jeeps. You're two little Jeeps that somehow can shoot bullets, and you drive around and you like. Well, it's like a top-down game, and you're a little Jeep, and you drive and you shoot bullets and you shoot at like helicopters, and they have these buildings you could blow up and you save people, and then they have like helicopter drop-off points where they rescue the people from you. The game was fun. You play that with two players. The game was fun.
You know what? I have an honorable mention then. Rampage. That
Rampage
game
was pretty cool.
Also, there's a comic book shop locally here that I actually went, me and your cousin there, Nick. We were at the comic book shop. We played Rampage on the arcade machine. And he's like, this shit is stupid. Don't know how you're playing this.
Younger generation.
I lost a little bit of respect for him, not gonna lie.
Have you ever played Rampart?
No.
So Rampart was like a tower defense game, kind of, where it's split screen, and on one side you built your tower, and then whoever you were playing against built theirs, and you put in like cannons.
Right.
And then whenever it was done, it'd say go, and you'd basically just shoot at their base and try and destroy it. And then you'd have a time limit to rebuild your base, but they'd have certain parts that you can't rebuild over because they blew it up too much. That was kind of fun, but not list worthy at all.
That sounds
but
interesting. Probably the only honorable mention I have, and this is because the game's servers no longer exist, is MAG for the PS3.
I feel like I know this game.
It was a first-person shooter made by Zipper Interactive, same people that made SOCOM. It was only online, and like the multiplayer supported up to 250 player people in one match. So like, yeah, they were some like large-scale multiplayer battles, and it was a fantastic game. It had an amazing community. Like, I have never seen a first-person shooter community so tight-knit and so well-behaved as MAG's was. But then Zipper Interactive had to up and go out of business, and they had to shut the servers down.
Thanks, guys.
I still have my copy of MAG sitting on my shelf, crying
what's
because
funny?
I can't play it anymore.
I have a copy of MAG, and I just couldn't get into it because it just didn't have the magic of SOCOM 2.
Well, see, when it first launched, it wasn't the best, but then like as it got, as it went on, they updated it and they added like skill trees and crap like that. They added a lot of stuff to it post-launch that made it better. So, yeah. It's probably the only first-person shooter where I started a match, I threw a random grenade, got a kill, and went about 16-0, ran out of ammo on my primary weapon, and the only reason I died was because I couldn't get to an ammo crate fast enough. Like, I was in the enemy spawn, killing every single one of them.
That is mad impressive.
Sounds like you had a lot of people hating you at that point.
Oh, God, yeah. They
kill that fucking guy!
Pretty much.
So now that we did our favorite multiplayer games, anybody have, what is the best gamer tag or screen name you've seen on a game? Because playing this much multiplayer online, you always see some hilarious ones. Mm-hmm. Can you think of any off the top of your head?
I was playing Hearthstone online earlier. I was playing the Tavern Brawl, and I was playing against Dennis Rodman.
Nice. It could have really been him. Who knows?
If it was him, I can't remember if I lost or won to that guy. All I know is I was like, Dennis Rodman. I know that name.
Wow, Nick. Jesus. So,
who is he? He's like a basketball player or something?
Yeah. Just Google him.
Hey, at least at least I knew he was a basketball player.
Just Google him. So,
I probably won't.
I know. I've seen quite a few names that, hey, this guy's name such and such, right? And it's just kind of like, ha 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 ha. But I got one for you. Touching your kids.
That sounds like that sounds like my foreman's gamer tag.
Hilarious.
That's only if it was touching your boy kids.
Fair enough.
But anyway.
That sick bastard.
I think that topped the list for me. Touching your kids too. Really?
I've seen so many odd gamer tags that like I have literally lost count. Like I like nothing sticks out to me anymore.
Yeah, that's why I said it's kind of like, hey, that guy's name's Shiny Hitler, right? Whatever.
I'd say over the years, the one that stuck out the most to me was Meat Hamper. We're playing Call of Duty, and we're sitting there, we're in the lobby, and I was like, hey, look, that dude's name's Meat Hamper. And my friend Chuck's like, Meat Hamper? I don't get it. I was like, what kind of hamper do you put clothes in? He's like, what kind of hamper do you put dirty clothes in? He's like, a clothes hamper? I said, so meat hamper. You put dirty meat in it. And then he started laughing. But then we took it to work and started calling chicks meat hampers.
Oh, my God.
So, like,
thank you for this.
That chick's a meat hamper. So yes,
awesome.
if you don't want to call a girl a slut, you can refer to her as a meat hamper.
We are gonna get this trending on Twitter. Hashtag
Yes, we
meat
are.
hamper.
Kim Kardashian, meat hamper.
Ding! Thank you.
Hey, listen. So y'all know how I told y'all I looked on Feedly for my flavor?
Right?
I just seen one that says Blizzard and Infinity Ward vets raised $5 million to make VR games. Beautiful. I feel like this is big for me. And I'm gonna read this, bring it up next week after I know it's something.
Hey, and the people at Blizzard make really good games too. So
Yes. That's
there'd
why
be another company that could make a good one.
yes.
Hmm,
That's
fair
why I
enough.
said get off. But yeah.
All right, I guess that has been it for this week of Geek Gumbo. Nick, where can we find you at?
You can find me on Geek Gumbo, presented by Sneaks and Geeks, on YouTube. Though I'm starting to seriously doubt we should be saying presented by Sneaks and Geeks at this point.
We'll discuss.
Yes.
Jeff, where can we find you at?
The same place you can find Nick. Because we're all a part of the gumbo here, buddy.
All right, and this is Patrick. And you can find me, same place, Geek Gumbo on YouTube. And that was it for episode 12, Hairy Penises.